Hi friends, how are you? I'm Jerry, coming to you from the trailer once again, and it's been a few weeks. A lot has happened in those few weeks, and I am happy to tell you about it. I went down to Arizona for a few days with my girlfriends and just spent 4 days in the sunshine, being girls, having a great time. It was really wonderful, and I felt wonderful when I was down there. And it is a little bit hard to come back home to the Pacific Northwest, although I missed my husband and my dog, of course. I definitely don't feel as well here physically. So I am looking forward to my next trip down to Arizona, probably in another 6 weeks or so. And I am obviously looking forward to the time when we are able to live down there full time. In the meantime, I am knowing that I am needing to get something going for myself here, so that I'm not just wishing my life away, but I'm actively participating in my life. And I am thinking about how things come full circle. And it's really interesting to see how when we're paying attention and when we're praying for God's will for our lives, and what do you want me to do, Lord? What am I supposed to be doing with my time? How can I use my gifts? He shows you. And I look back to my elementary school days and realize that I had my first inkling that writing would become a passion. When I think it was fourth grade, we had a segment on poetry, and it was like a light went on, and it was the first time for me really thinking that, hey, here's something that I enjoy that I think I could actually be good with. And so fast forward, throughout the rest of elementary school, I did take a liking to writing and was even able to win some little competitions and really get some inspiration for, that writing might be in my future. Now, since then, I have done a little bit here and there with writing, including doing social media content and writing some articles, things like that. But I have never moved forward to actually publishing a book, which is, I would say, more of a lifelong dream. But in the past, it just felt so far away, like out of reach, like it's something that happens for other people and not for me. And then in the meantime, I think I've mentioned before that I have seen over the past 10 years or so multiple friends and children of friends that have published their own books. And I'm excited for each and every one of them. And it just kind of revs something up in me that is like that familiar, like, yeah, that is something that I want for myself as well. That's something that I want to work toward. And it's also something that I've had a hard time knowing how to move forward with. And so last month in January, my birthday week, I was able to do a writing challenge. It was a 5-day challenge to kind of get you jump started to be able to write your book and publish your book in 2022. And so I really enjoyed that competition, and it was really inspiring. And although in the immediate future, I have in mind to publish a children's story that I've been working on, I also have in mind for further on down the road to publish a memoir of sorts. So doing that challenge was a step in the right direction because it got me around like-minded people. It was very inspiring and blah blah blah. I'm tripping over my words, but it was very inspiring and encouraging. And I ended up kind of mid-conference finishing up with a class and just sitting down and writing, beginning to really write my story. And so fast forward even further, and I sort of started to lose some momentum. because I know that to publish your own book, it does require some money. And so, as we're in the midst of saving up for our house that we'll live in, hopefully through retirement and the rest of our lives, it's hard to think about spending a lot of extra money for different things when we want to put as much of our money as we can toward our house so that we can afford for my husband to retire. But I found a local publishing company, Redemption Press, that is willing to work with me, and they've even worked out a doable plan for me to be able to do this. And so I am so appreciative of their patience with me and so excited to get started with them. And so my first thing with them is that I'm going to be going through some author coaching and developing my children's story that I've already been working on. It is a story starring my little dog Bixby, and I'm hopeful that it could turn into a series. So I ended up signing my contract today. So that is why I decided to do a video today to just update my friends out there what's going on in my life. So I'm really looking forward to getting started. I'll probably get started with the coaching next week, and it'll be approximately 18 months from start to finish, just because I am taking a little more time so that the financial aspect of it is more doable for me. And so I just wanted to share the good news with you and just how excited I am to follow through and be taking the steps to make a lifelong dream of mine come true. And I'm excited to see how God works through this, helping me to use my gifts that He's given me for His glory, and to share just faith and love and happiness with other people, especially little kids. There's a scripture that I found, John 15:11. It says, "These things I have spoken to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be made full." And I was just having a little discussion with a friend of mine earlier today. We can have joy and we can have peace no matter what's going on in our lives. And we all know that, in the United States of America and in Canada and many other places around the world, there's been a lot of turmoil for the last couple of years. And, our minds can easily get distracted from what's good and what's right and what's true. And we can live in fear, and we can live in just sadness and despair. But if we focus on Jesus, everything that is good is in Him, and He is in us. And so we can have joy and we can have peace no matter what is going on. So I love that idea, and I'm so grateful to know that. And I found a cute quote from John Bon Jovi. It says, "You just stay the course and do what it is that you do, and grow while you're doing it. Eventually it will either come full circle, or at least you'll go to bed at night happy." So I wonder what you have going on in your life that you feel like is a long time in coming, or something that's come full circle for you. And I'm excited to share my journey with you. It's going to be a little bit of a long journey, but happy to share with you along the way about what's happening. Anyway, God bless you. Hope you're doing great, and I'll see you next time.